Grady Lobley of Midland joined the Air Force in 1942 as a young man from Fort Sumner, New Mexico. He spent 3 years in the service flying in Europe in the B-24 Liberator. The Air Force lieutenant piloted bombing missions. He says most times the flying weather was perfect, but one time flying over Romania, it was a little scary.
We would be flying along in the clouds with little breaks and run right up on another plane, and we'd peel off and he'd peel off. And what I was afraid of, we were going to crash, a bunch of us, into each other.
Lobley is 92 years of age and can remember vividly what it was like for he and his crew. Sometimes on bombing runs like these you see in the newsreel footage, pilots had to navigate through heavy enemy gunfire. He says even though it was tough, he wasn't scared.
Well, really, I never was much. And I know people think, oh, you had to be. Well, if I was, I didn't hardly know it. You've got things to do, and you want to do them right.
Lobley also has some mementos of his time in wartime, some rations, toilet paper, cigarettes, and gum. He also has some photos of himself in his uniforms. He also speaks fondly of his time in the military.
I had 5 brothers and me, all of us in the service. And so every one of us survived, knew why we were there, and it meant something to them. Sure. And I think it does now. You know, our servicemen are good.
Lobley is one of 144 that will go to Washington, D.C. in September to see the war memorials as a guest of the Texas Permian Basin Honor Flight. He says he is honored to be chosen and says it will probably be quite emotional. In Midland, I'm Jay Hendricks, CBS 7 News.